Psst. Maybe you didn't know, but I don't get paid for this. Yeah, mostly because of copyright issues. Yay, YouTube. But you know what you can do to support me? Become a member on my YouTube channel. And when you do that, as a bonus, you get access to all my unedited music video reactions, movie reactions, and TV show reactions. That is, if I'm not too embarrassed to share them after filming them. Anyway, we'll see. Yebba! We just discovered her with her first album. What an incredible ride that was. Now 5 years later, 4.5 years later, she has released a sophomore album called Gene. It has 14 tracks. We know the vocal legend now. Let's dive right into it with the first track, Forgiveness.
No money, no nepotism, no favoritism, no nothing. But I stuck to my guns and God made good on his promise. Now I know when I'm in the flow, anything good I can do it. Cause a gentle force that holds my hand will carry me right through it. Say what if I forgave it all? Be the laughing stock of every guard at every wall.
Wow.
But what if I let the river through? And whatever else just might belong to you. Keep me now, Lord, hold me still, and I'll stand right on your will. Maybe that's how forgiveness feels. Maybe that's how forgiveness feels.
It's a surrender. It's the art of letting go. And being like, it's gonna be okay. Wow. Okay, what a beautiful start to the project. And it flowed. It flew.
We've flooded the bank, and you're not alright.
Okay.
How many more will it take to survive? Behind my eyelids,
The vocal mixing is insane.
temperature change,
I feel like she's whispering in my ears.
green in the sky. Sailors wanting at a black butterfly, waiting on me. The salt to survive. I've tried this for so long. You're unfurnished, it felt like a home. And it seems like we've been here before.
Wow.
Come around anymore. Think I'm jealous of our moving on.
Oh, letting go is not as easy as you might think. Easy to say.
She read at the post. I was worried you called. We couldn't find anyone the old way anymore. By telephone. And I don't reach that far. Cause you're true.
I really like the production.
On the floor. And it feels like we've been here before. You're unfurnished, you feel like a home. Think I'm jealous of my moving on. I still like it the way that it hurts. So make up the bed in my home. You enjoy it the way that it hurts.
When there wasn't much in the house, where it was simple and the hardships, but it meant you were living. I love the rhythm of this one. Dealing with change and growth and life ever constantly evolving, but sometimes too fast for you.
I would say I smoke just to stand in the rain, but the true renegade drove off in a hearse. And paper planes spilled out like a tank of propane. Took flight over flame, too true to rehearse. How I've grown ill of complaining and under-explaining my pride.
Yeah.
Over the potions and pills, 'cause all of my wells have run dry. Did I bite down my tongue? Did it come from my nose to run down the sink and hide in the prose that I write? Now I know that you made up your mind. Silver Age washed up all the plans that we made. Yeah, it flooded the bank. It yellowed
Reference to the previous
our
track.
eyes.
Wow.
Golden grain boiled over a t-shirt stain, and my shoulders strain. All them stories are mine. 'Cause although I've been here before, I've already burned out the page. Guess there's no use in closing the door if I'm only as good as my age.
Wow.
But did I forget? Spend half of my life on some alchemist in exchange for a kiss from the sky. God knows if she's doing alright. Thinking straight only brought me back home the long way. Don't you see me that way? 'Cause I said it first. And though we came from the mouth of an unknown name, I hated LA, and missing her made it worse. Someday I'll make it
Interesting.
on out of here and leave all my weapons behind. 'Cause there is no virtue in poverty, and all in all love is still kind.
Yeah.
You say come on, make it plain, so I wrote you a poem. 'Cause changing everything cost a handful of nothing this time. I wanna know if you're doing alright, and I know that you've made up your mind. Everything must get better in time. No need in twisting my spine. I'll see you on the other side. Yeah, I hope that you're doing just fine. God knows if you're doing alright.
I can't quite tell who she is singing about. It definitely seems to come from her perspective, but part of it makes me feel like she's talking about her mom and how she feels on the other side of things. And especially the connection to the previous track, when she mentions flooded the bank, it yellowed our eyes, right? It's kind of a callback, and assuming that the previous track, which is talking about home, when home was empty, when she might not have had a lot, this feels like it's connected to that phase of her life. And so yeah, it's just I'm trying to, like, I've grown ill of complaining and under explaining my pride over the potions and pills because all my wells have run dry. It's almost like, she's tired of the the wells running dry reminds me of like no not having tears anymore to cry over a situation that happened. And I mean, there's a lot of references also to writing. She says to run down the sink and hide in the prose that I write. And then she also talks about writing poems. I feel like she's using music writing as a mechanism to protect herself. And whatever she has in mind, she bites her tongue and she keeps it for later. And she pours her soul into writing the music. And I feel like this is also very much like whenever she has a moment of still grieving from the past, she, you know, just holds it back and keeps it to herself. And it's tiring to do that. It's tiring to always be guarded and to always, you know, be justifying or fighting for yourself. And that's why, like, especially, but someday I'll make it out of here and leave all my weapons behind. It's like one day you won't have to fight for it anymore. It'll be a safer place, you know, for her. I don't know. I feel like I might be missing something, but it's kind of a quick interpretation I have of this track, I think. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Her vocals have been a lot more tame so far, but I appreciate it, and I think we're gonna build up to something throughout the album.
When I'm fucking tired of being polite and overall misunderstood.
Yeah, because you're holding back a lot, I think.
Going out into the street, cigarette between my teeth. Thought I heard a front door creak. It was just my neighbor with her cup of tea. She said, "What's realer than the part of you that you don't even claim?" Well, I guess that's how West Memphis probably feels.
Right.
They sell you next don't ever ease the pain.
Exactly.
Ain't that just how them city slickers deal? 'Cause it ain't the boots, it ain't the bars, it ain't the trip on out to Mars. It's a well that's dug down deep inside of you.
Talking about the well
I
again.
ain't got no horse out in the race, but what flows from that same place is this tragedy we all know is the truth. That country ain't accustomed.
Huh.
Don't you let them dress you.
Yeah, because where he grew up, it's the authentic you, but it's also tied to those core memories and experiences of life.
And a Ouija board. Who could ever ask for more? Formula from the corner store. I had no idea they grew up poor. It was TBN and praise the Lord. Then Powerball was on by 4. Granny said to trust the Lord. He'll heal the sick and settle every score. What's realer than the part of you that you don't even claim? Well, I guess that's how West Memphis probably feels. But whatever shit they sell you next don't ever ease the pain. And ain't that just how them city slickers deal?
You just can't deny the truth.
It ain't the booze, it ain't the bars, it ain't the trip on out to Mars. It's a well that's dug down deep inside of you. I ain't got no horse out in the race, but what flows from that same place is this tragedy we all know is the truth. That country ain't accustomed.
It kind of speaks to the detachment of, like, whenever you leave home, you feel like a different person. And it's like, but whenever you go home, it's an integral part of you. It shaped you.
They'll dress you up, sell you out, and cut you down. And play their good old goddamn games until the gospel gets around. It ain't the boots, it ain't the bars, it ain't the trip on out to Mars. It's a well that's dug down deep inside of you. You can wear the hats streets and hit the gas and wonder where you'll end up next. If you're a lucky one, the truth will follow you. That country ain't a costume. Don't you let them dress you.
Yeah, not to let people define who you are.
The cost takes to remember yourself in the sunrise gone.
Quite a bit of folk influence on for this beginning of the album. Okay. Wow, they flow a lot more than the previous album.
Earth, wind, and California is all that we need.
Okay.
Live it up or lose it to the next century. Keep your friends from aging too old, enemies. Earth, wind, and California is all that we need. With trophies on the beach. One
Whoa.
foot in the door of the past and present tense. It's all on you to light a cigarettes.
There's a bit of an emo feel to it, like a punk pop, punk rock.
All of the pearls back to sand. Earth, wind, and California is all that we need. Live it up or lose it till the next century. Keep your friends from aging too old, enemies. Earth, wind, and California is all that we need.
Well, like an escape, basically. Hold on, I just read the second line of the next verse, and I'm stunned a little bit.
So long, farewell, the real ones are gone. Prolonging death to serve dead for the man who only makes us come to meetings. About meetings, we're fucked.
Whoa. What?
Earth, wind, and California is all that we need. Live it up or lose it till the next century. Keep your friends from aging too old, enemies. Earth, wind, and California is all that we need.
Huh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, they really flow into one another. But before we move on, I do want to say that there is... I feel like part of the songs have to do with something that happened specifically in Memphis and a reason to move away from it. I'm not quite sure what it is exactly, but there seems to have been an event that triggered everything here. But that second to last verse, I'm trying to understand. There really was something specific that it's like, you know, like before. I don't know if there were like before corporations took over Memphis or like something like that, you know, like a storyline where the city isn't what it used to be, and it's now being denaturalized in a way, and it's like all the people that were there, the good people, now they're gone. So what I need now is Earth, Wind, and California to just more like different land, a different air current of air, like a different wind, literally, and just go to California to work on the music because it's not what it used to be. And you know, especially the who only makes us come to meetings about meetings, like it's like administration, maybe corruption, like something very much like the paperwork of it all is like so heavy. um yeah, I'm trying to reread the lyrics and see if there's, yeah, I can't quite pinpoint exactly. It feels like there's a bit of context that I'm missing. So if you guys know, please let me know. But there's a real like movement away from Memphis is what I'm feeling, or West Memphis specifically. You know, this would be a lot more fun if you subscribed and stuck around for more videos. After all, I am stuck in here. I'm just kidding, I'm not. Or am I? I do my best to make sure the most accurate timestamps are available in my video descriptions, so that, you know, you can skip the boring parts and head right for the music instead of me talking. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Whoa. Wow. Oh, interesting. Wow. I really did not expect rock sounds like that in the album. Huh. The distortion is really, really interesting. But it matches the aggressive side of it. Wow. It has like a grunge feel from the 90s. It... Wow. Okay, wow. The ending. This project, I feel, is a lot more experimental than the first album that she released, which understandable, obviously. But also, it's very, like, the production of it really reminds me of a couple making love in a room and just wrecking everything, tossing the lights onto the ground, breaking the sink, just like going out of control because of the aggressiveness and the intensity of the lovemaking. And so sonically, it just really painted that picture. Good. Enjoy. Let's move on to, of course. Oh. Oh, we love the confidence. Oh, interesting. Wow, acting out his words.
You're so obsessed.
Wow. She ain't lying. And I'm very well aware I'm a man myself. I'm not saying all, I'm saying most. Facts. Hey. It kind of had a psychedelic feel to it as well. It really just almost overhyping the vibe of the song, in a sense of there's something so chill, of course he calls me mademoiselle and of course he buys me my things, but it's also the thrill of it, and this is what we got in the drum rhythm. It's the thrill feeling that is represented. So experimental and really different than what I would have expected. But I'm having fun. It's one of those albums where I feel like every song is kind of a painting in an art gallery, and you kind of sit there, you soak it in, you digest it, you think about it, and you process it. There's something to be explored and interpreted, but it's not it's so far from commercial pop music that's just meant to take in, spit out quickly. This is art pieces, to decode and feel. Yeah. Delicate Roots.
Maybe I could be a superhero set off in the air.
Oh.
Swinging from the edifice and landing in the palm of your hand. Or maybe I could be someone forgotten, drinking blood on a shelf. Moving in from here and there, the crowd's the only thing you got left. Delicate roots, these are the lines in my room. Collecting the dust.
Interesting. I think I have an idea what this means. Huh. We're getting full voice. Production wise, I think this was the most interesting, personally speaking, based on my own. Okay, I'm gonna stop it here. Based on my own personal tastes. But what's really interesting to me is this is kind of like the. I'm trying to see what the metaphor is for the delicate roots, and it feels like, you know, it's where she came from. It's what she was raised with, and it's the core memories and traumas that stem from very, very deep, you know. And so what we're having in the first chorus, which not the chorus but the first verse, I mean that's also the last verse of the song, is I could either be the savior complex because of the trauma that I lived, and I could like save you and be there to like catch you every time you fall, or and not your service because I'm in the palm of your hand, so I'm in complete control of you because it's my complex that is kicking in. Or I could be like reclusive and shut myself down and put myself on the shelf because of the trauma, once again, that I lived, that I just naturally tend to shut down whenever they're, you know, like I delicate, something sensitive is affected within me. And so these are the delicate roots. And this is a line that I draw in my room that if you surpass that line, I will shoot. This is the boundary that I'm setting. And if you don't respect it, I will bite back. This is my interpretation of it. And then the verse is like clean cut like a razor blade. You sting just like a sword in my mouth. Body like a bottle. Made no effort anyway to stand out. You say nobody's perfect, but my filter wouldn't work in a drought. Our levels, and that feels like it's referring to like crying and emotions and sadness, because in a drought you don't have the sadness. The levels of perception had me moving even further down south. Like, you know, it's like once you hurt me, once you impact me, I will walk away. I will try to get away from you. This is what I'm thinking of it, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I'll let you guys interpret that and leave that in the comments on YouTube. With that being said, we are more than halfway across the album. So next one, track number 9, is Waterfall.
Deep in my mind, even my inner critic is still raw and uncut like the prisms, bending time to time. Mirrors break, they multiply. Fuck what they say, these feelings don't subside. Obsessions fade over time, but what remains, love is whatever we make it tonight. Did they mention the bride before the fall? 'Cause I would risk it all for you. What they say about the writings on the wall. No clue. Baby, I adore you. Baby, I adore, adore, I adore you. Baby, I adore,
Interesting.
Fine copper threads, they run from my head through this mattress as it spins on its axis. You're heavy as lead, pressing that cross on your necklace against my chest. Mirrors break just to multiply. Obsessions fade over time. What can I say? These feelings won't subside. And what remains, love is whatever we make it tonight. Did they mention the bride before the fall? 'Cause I would risk it all for you. What they say about the writings on the wall. No clue. Baby, I adore you. Baby, I adore, adore, I adore you. Baby, I adore,
Oh, we're gonna have a musical outro. The production is stunning. Nice. I think it was the first track that was a little more like vocal focused. The other ones were very production focused. Not that we didn't have any vocal moments in them, but they were experimental. They were really busy in a very interesting way. But this is the first one that really had like the vocals take the forefront in probably like just about the first half or a little more than that. And then we had this like flute moment happening where it took the center stage, and that was gorgeous. I really loved it, and good for them for making love out of whatever they're living in the moment. yeah. Oh, that was gorgeous. The flute was stunning. Okay, Interlude 1. Ooh. 7 years.
Both sides become clear as we swim past the shelf. Holding anything against you is only crossing myself. Waves unraveling, bandages undone. We have truly become one. No one knows the cost of remembering yourself. Like suburban seahorses on a carousel. Each time around another glimpse of your fears. Wondering, how did I ever get here?
Oh.
7 years of rage, did I lose my mind? Tears strike the page, will I waste my life? Comparing my age, did they
Yeah.
take my stride? Will it all wash away? Can I keep you forever in mind?
Has it been 7 years since her mother
We stay
has taken her own
awake
life?
just to say how we feel.
And that's a rage that she's feeling for all those 7
The
years?
rain came down to show you were real. Maybe again you will write me in your will. Maybe that's
Sounds like that's the topic.
forgiveness feels. Maybe that's how forgiveness feels. 7 years of rage, did I lose my mind? Tears strike the page, will I waste my life? Comparing my age, did they take my stride? Will it wash away? Can I keep you forever in my mind?
That question I completely understand. I think I'll talk about it after the track is finished.
It was 7 years of rage. Did I lose my mind? Tears strike the page. Will I waste my life? Comparing my age. Did they take my stride? Will it wash away? Yeah. Will it wash away?
I mean, vocal stunning as always. But yeah, I completely understand the rage portion of it. Because if you haven't watched any of my other videos and it's your first time, or maybe you weren't aware, my father passed when just a little over 11 years ago. And although it was from sickness, it wasn't from taking his own life. But there is, and I can only assume for that type of context, that there is an anger at the misunderstanding of why it happened, of why it got to this point. And some people, and I have one of my best friends whose father did take his own life just about 15 years ago, I think. And there's a like it's frustrating to not understand why it got to this point. I've heard about this and I've witnessed it. Um, and so it's that rage of the 7 years of like, why did it have to go? And then the part that I relate to the most is like, as life goes on, yes, you partially accept what happened, but it's not so much that you're okay with it as much as you accept to live with it. And there's a big difference between both. It's not like you're finding identity as like it's normal, it's okay. It's much more like I'm okay now because I learned how to live with that in my life. And comes with that a certain normalization of the situation that you lived. And so some of the memories, the further you get in time away from the event, the more the memories become hazy and the sounds and the visuals that you remember aren't as clear as before. And so the whole like, will it wash away is like, yeah, with time and with the other memories that I've built afterwards, is this something that I will forget? Is this something that I will move past? And accept, not no longer be in a certain form of rage about it. But also, will I just learn to just take it as is and not have the flashbacks, coming back to you when you talk about it, when you think about it. So yeah, because memories are pretty core to those types of events. That being said, we have just about 3 tracks left, including an interlude. So let's move on to the next one, Different Light.
Boy, you struck the street and you left your coat on the floor. Leave it up to me to wonder if you're even cold anymore. It was all in the blood. Failed to mention our last on suspension. You wade in the water, reliving your summer. Say what now can it take when you turn away again?
Oh, wow.
Hey, maybe I'm losing my mind on an era defined by the moments we can't make. So what is it gonna take? And there you turned away again. All of my shadows are caught in a different light.
Oh, wow.
A new moon then follows. We were left in a stranger time frame. Say what's it gonna take when you turn away again? Hey, maybe I'm losing my mind on an era defined by the moments we can't make. So what's it gonna take? And there you turned away again.
I wonder who this is about. I can't quite pinpoint if it's a romantic interest from the past or someone else. Yeah, it's almost like as time goes by, you see the situation differently. You have a different take on or a different perspective on what happened. And it's like uh kind of like thinking of the memories and maybe seeing it with a bit more empathy. Because the whole like, then all of my shadows, which is like the past haunting memories, are caught in a different light. So you see a different angle of it. And then a new moon follows, which is like a new cycle. Like as things go on and life moves on, we were left in a stranger time frame. And so that portion of your memories is like kind of distorted a bit, or anyway, you kind of see it in a different perspective. And you're like, oh, that was, it's not the person that I am today. It's different. It's like, I wonder why we went about it this way. I think the lyrics are very intricate, and they seem to like refer to very specific things that I wish I could decode what they mean, because it looks so woven. Like, anyway, there's really like subtleties in there that I wish I could pick up on. That brings us to Interlude 2, and then the last track of the album.
They must also be allowed to have periods where they repeat themselves in a rather aimless, fruitless way before they... The way that everything is done too much in the public eye, the pressures are of a kind which are anti-creation.
Right, time. And learning to move on. Oh, no lyrics available for Water and Wanderlust. Okay. I really love the melody already.
Seems like everyone is calling now. I need a minute alone.
Oh.
Save your hello operator, cause I left all your shit at the door.
That's such a different tone for her.
Can you still love me still? Overnight and evidently my dreams have all been fading so long. No more time. Plus evidence of second glances and baited questions are playing it small. That's how it goes. A bill in the mail, a call from the mall. The telephone wires don't reach that far anymore. What are we made of but water and wanderlust? After all, you're the one who made me feel present. I'm sad of missing somewhere else in the world. What are we made of but water and wanderlust?
Wow.
There is a tendency in our to be wedded to the new, to be wedded to the excitement of novelty, which I think is a bad tendency, to measure everything by his last exhibition.
Oh, interesting.
Gets forgotten too quickly. This kind of pressure, is very dangerous.
Interesting. It's a bit like a commentary on our generation of kind of like our desire for excitement and changes and new all the time, and how yeah, to measure everything in our lives, like how everything is so digital now, and like calculated, like time on our phone and time at work, and like that's the world that we live in now. Hold on, let me. Seems like everyone is calling now. I need a minute alone. Take a handle operator, because I locked all your shit out the door. You still got me so fucked in the head. All night, never ending. My dreams have all been fading so long. I'm on time. It's evident. It's second glances, evading questions, and playing the smoke. Things did not go well. I don't know if it's a follow-up because of the transition with the interlude. I wonder if it's a follow-up on that previous story from before, and it's something from the past, and it's like how the past still haunts you to this day, and it's always like kind of like this overthinking of what did I learn, what did I go through, and just always bringing it up to kind of not relive it. A bill in the mail, a call from the mall. The telephone wires don't reach that far anymore. I'm sad I'm missing somewhere else in the world. Yeah, being kind of stuck. I don't know if yeah, there's no description so far of the track. I really wonder the intricacies of it. Like, I feel like there's so many specific references to things that we just don't know of. Once again, if you do, please leave a comment down below. But that does bring us to the conclusion of the album, Jean by Yebba. Very different than her first album. A lot more experimental, a lot more focused on the production, and went into sounds that I didn't quite expect, like this kind of grunge punk, or these moments at least in the songs, this like psychedelic type of production, just creating this very alternative energy to the project. A little less focus on the vocals for most of the tracks. Still a lot of vocal production in terms of background vocals, in terms of layers. Not so much of like the runs that we got in the first album. But I like it because it's almost like this album was a playground for Yebba and just a chance to explore and test out things. Now I can see it not being everybody's favorite if they're used to more of the R&B soulful elements of Yebba. But it was definitely interesting. Like I said, I think earlier in the reaction, I feel like every song was a painting, and you just like go through the gallery to get imprinted by the energy that you absorb from watching the painting as you decode it, as you try to understand what it is about. And sometimes things are not literal, they're metaphoric, they're they're artistic interpretations, but you get imprinted by them in a way or another. And it was a moment that you explore, and I liked it. There's a couple of tracks that I really want to go back to. Is it my number one project I've ever listened to? Probably not, but it's fun to kind of push the box and see what's out there and how far we can go with music, because it's such a creative space to try out things, and it's a beautiful testament to reinvention, I gotta say, in the sense of like trying to redefine yourself, to test your abilities, especially when I compare and contrast the first album to this one. So I mean, there are so many layers to it, whether it's music production, vocal production, or the lyrics, that it probably would take a couple of listens to pick up on a few different elements. But yeah, I really enjoyed listening to it. I really had a beautiful experience with it. And I'm really curious how my ranking is going to turn out. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. Anyway, that was Jean by Yebba. What an album. Really, what an album. Huh. You're still here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised. I guess you're really, really patient. Or weird. I don't know which one I prefer. Anyway. Enjoy. You can't see it, but I am most definitely wearing pants. I just choose never to get up during my videos. If you leave a mean comment on one of my videos, don't worry. I definitely won't be crying myself to sleep at 3 AM in the bed that you see behind me. I'm not even kidding. I got bullied way too much as a kid to even feel anything nowadays. Be careful what you say in the comments. I'm known to be a little feisty over there. After all, I am an Aries. You've been warned. Do you have a project in mind you'd like for me to react to? Well, there is a special place where you can request that. If you join my Discord server today and access the Your Request channel, you'll be able to submit any request that you'd like for me to react to. And who knows, maybe I'll react to it one day. Or maybe I won't. Anyway, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You can't see it, but I am most definitely wearing pants. I just choose never to get up during my videos.